Robin.
Fucking Les was cool, huh?
Yeah.
Like him. He's all right. Opie and Anthony, yeah.
Ann had a very funny line. We're just in the break as we're coming back.
What? I missed it.
I said something about. We talked about. Opie said, "Hey man, he has a tattoo that means something. That's like a tribal tattoo. It's kind of cool."
I got a tat, but I'm not a tattoo guy. But I would, yeah, man, that's the type of tattoo I would get in a second.
And I said, that would scare me because the hygiene. I'm like, they're not exactly. They don't disinfect. They have the hygiene of wild boars. And then Ann said, speaking of wild boars, we're on now. And then the music started. And it made me really laugh.
We really do suck.
Wild boars.
He'll never be onto that. Oops. Hey, should we do the news story about the kid and the pot?
Yay.
The kid and the pot.
Oh, yeah, he smoked it.
Or we got the video of the most polite armed robbery ever, which is going around.
I would like to see that.
That's pretty funny, too.
By the way, in Chicago, the ACLU is bitching about all these cameras that are up. And I bet you it's a bunch of white ACLU people who don't have to live in black neighborhoods and deal with the crime. I guarantee it's a bunch of people that don't have to deal with the crime. God. Yeah, I want to hear about the polite robbery, though.
That's why more and more kids, youths, are walking around with the hoods up.
Right.
They don't want to be on camera.
Oh.
How did we learn that? We learned that somebody from across the pond told us that. That was in here recently.
Across the
I said,
pond.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Fucking Arnie Hamlin when he came in.
Arnie, that's right. The great Arnie.
Yes.
What's up with this lake you're obsessed with? I didn't even hear about this until you told Les.
Well, I got it actually from, I heard about it from Joe Rogan. It's a, let me see, what's it called? Lake, Vostok, I think it's in Antarctica. I mean, I vacationed there. And I was drilling one time, and I hit 13,000 feet down. I said, there's a lake under this ice. But there's satellite photos of it.
Isn't the whole thing a lake if it's ice?
No, it's like probably flowing water.
Ooh.
Over ice. There's water under it that's actually water. And they said it has
water under the water, and they said, well, that water...
at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, right on. Talking Heads. I'm all in on the Talking Heads.
And they say it's 13,000 feet of ice, which is, at 5,000 feet a mile, that's almost 3 miles.
Isn't that just more water that it's so down it didn't freeze?
I don't know how that... Maybe the Earth keeps it warm.
Someone explain this
It probably
to me.
does. It's probably so far down. And it looks like there's some kind of a little thing there, maybe
so why is that?
A tunnel, a little crack, a fault that goes down into some heat.
And it literally has been untouched by air or anything for 15 million years.
Wow.
So the Russians are drilling into it. But they're being very careful. They don't want to disturb the ecosystem or whatever.
What's down there? There's nothing, no light. It's pitch black. It's freezing cold.
Nah, there's some shit down there,
I know.
dude.
You'd be surprised, man. Planet Earth and Life, like when they do like the cave episodes.
I love those. The things that make their own light.
Yeah, those.
I like those fish with the headlight
Bioluminescence.
on his head. Yeah.
Oh, those are the seminiferous tubuloidal buttonoids.
Oh, right.
You're thinking of Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, buttonoids.
Or
The lights on their head is so that they could find their way out of your butt.
Jesus.
I forgot about that.
The lake, yeah, you're right. There's got to be something alive down there because there's like the bottom of the ocean. They can survive under all that pressure from the water, where it's X amount of tons of pressure. Like the things that would crush you and I, or
Yeah.
Would there be
There's gotta be
there's life down there.
some fossils?
There's something down there, man. I don't know what. There's something living.
It would be really great if it was something cool.
Yeah,
Big dinosaur-y thing.
like one really uncomfortable fucking elk who just can't get out because the ice formed over him.
And just yells about time.
Yeah, wherever you guys been.
God.
Or one guy with a chisel. Or something else that's not funny, I could say. Jesus, 2 in a row duds. I'm going to go for 8. A seahorse, we got it, Jim. Weird thing.
Seems to me like the Russians doing it. They're just just keep drilling. Don't care what's there.
No, it took them years to get the rights to it. It was a huge undertaking because, again, this is like completely pristine. So you don't want to kind of go in and fuck it up.
I bet the water is good.
Oh, God.
But the bacteria that's been in there for so long, it might not be good. It might be horrible.
Imagine how
Freezing
refreshing
cold.
that water would be.
Freezing cold.
Fucking back. Yeah, it's 15 million year old organisms
that hasn't been touched in 15 billion years or million,
great.
whatever.
Like, there's organisms in our own water. Why not have some fucking...
Because there are organisms. Who knows what's under there? It could be fucking something. It could be a dinosaur clit.
Turn you into the...
What if it's
into the Hulk?
What if it's stuff that makes you smarter?
Yeah.
Then I would probably drink a lot of it. They would call me the Vostok Lake Kid.
Kid.
And by the way, I'm calling it no meetings as we walk toward the elevator today.
Wow.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
No meetings today.
Oh, I've had my dick sucked by mouths like that.
That thing is fucked
Is
up
that
looking.
swimming or it looks like he's dancing?
What is this?
It's a fish.
It's a fish that's got a light on its head.
It's
That's a monster.
It's bioluminescent fish. Well,
monster.
these things are so far down in the ocean.
How far down? There's got to be lower. That's 40, 50 feet down.
Perhaps.
What are they, a mile down?
I'd have to look. I think it might even be more. It's like the
That
deepest,
thing looks
darkest
like
depths of
a
the ocean.
UFO. It's just cruising with these flashing light on its face.
Do you know how mad people would be if the Russians said that they just wanted to nuke that lake for no reason? They wanted to use it as nuclear testing Antarctica and drop breadcrumbs in there just to feed the fish. You know how mad they'd be if they were dropping little pieces of balled up bread to feed the fish?
No scientific value whatsoever.
Yeah, they just wanted to feed whatever's down there, and they wanted to fart and see if it could go all the way into the tube in the water. Awful Russian fucking kraut farts. Beer. I would break you.
Surveillance video or kid calls 911?
I say, what was the cute story? The robbery, the polite robbery.
You get that video?
Wow.
Huh?
You have the video?
I can get it.
All right, as Danny gets that, let me do this real fast. 911 pot call from a kid.
Pot call?
Oh, listen to this one. This
Got it. You want it?
ridiculous.
911, what's the location of your emergency?
Let's not get into that yet.
It was 8 o'clock Thursday night when Farmington Police Dispatch
I have a question.
Is this an emergency, sir?
Depends.
received a most unusual call from 21-year-old Robert Michelson.
Is it life-threatening or an active crime in progress?
Crime in progress, possibly.
No robberies, burglaries, or home invasion. Robert's query was about cannabis.
I was just growing some marijuana. I was
Can you
just
pause that for
wondering
1
what,
second?
The reporter.
God, I fucking hate all. Can we hear him go, cannabis?
Cannabis.
Who the fuck talks like that?
Robberies, burglaries, or home invasion. Robert's query was about cannabis.
I was just
Query was about cannabis.
They're just cartoon characters now.
Yeah.
There's not an ounce of sincerity in any one of these shitheads.
Not a one.
It's about cannabis.
growing some marijuana. I was just wondering how much, trouble you can get into for one plant.
It's a first. Yeah, I can't say I've ever had this happen before.
Depends on how big the plant is.
It's only a seedling.
No, it's possession.
Didn't take long for a call to go out to narcotics officers who arrived at Michelson's house on Waterville Road and find a small amount of marijuana and some drug paraphernalia.
He did tell officers that he did it because he wanted to make his mother angry.
As Mr. Michelson walked out of the store after he was processed and was heading home, he had one more message for dispatchers, but he didn't say a word.
He spun around and stuck both middle fingers up at the dispatchers.
All right. Thanks for the info.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
You know what? This kid's a jerk off.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
fucking
just a
jerk off.
Dumbass.
To give them the finger? Like, what do
Yeah.
you want them to do? You're a jerk off.
Cannabis.
Cannabis. It's not about it's cannabis. God, how smarmy. How many times do you have to tell AOL that something is fucking spam before they stop sending it to you? Why do I love AOL so much? I just do. Sponsor.
Did you get a little spam?
I get nothing but spam on AOL. That's why I don't use AOL at all.
They got new spam filters, don't they?
Oh, good.
yeah.
Good.
They got
version.
some terrific things going on.
Yeah, they're great.
They really do.
It's the new AOL, Jimmy. You're thinking of the old AOL.
I'm going to call Ariana and ask her to please fix this.
Ah, Huffington.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she could.
Made a fucking
She's all in there.
What did we think of that?
She's all in. Oh, you're
Fuck.
buying AOL? What?
I mentioned that. Everybody ignored me like I was fucking crazy.
Why didn't we start a blog at NEW? We'd be selling our shit for millions now. Dummies that we are.
Joe.
Hey, you got that video of the polite robbery, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I want to see this.
The staff got fucked yesterday, and I have no desire to be here past 10.
Aw, damn. Let's see this.
We'll talk about that another day. Trust
Is there
me.
volume or no?
Yeah, we
Do
got
me a favor.
Yes.
Would you empty that till for me, please? Put it right here.
What do you mean?
Empty the till. Put your bills right here. 'Cause I'm robbing you, sir.
I'm robbing you,
Sure?
sir?
Yes, I'm sure.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I need the money. I've got kids that need to be fed, sir.
And
I know I am, sir. I realize that. And I really am sorry to have to do this. But I've got kids.
how about if I give you $40 and this is it?
Well, I can't do that, sir. I've got rent to pay, I've got bills, and the kids need to eat.
Open the register.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I really am sorry. And if I ever get back on my feet again, sir, I'll bring it back.
I'm sorry. God be with you, man.
Thank you very much, and with you too.
Thank you.
Gravy shot him.
Want a blowjob?
See how white people rob?
Dude, everyone in the room is thinking that.
Do you see how one white guy robs another white gentleman? It's very polite.
Takes his coffee.
He took his coffee, he left, he walks out.
And that guy's going to go to
That's
jail for a
wonderful.
long time. That's armed robbery.
Nah, he won't. He wouldn't go to jail for a long time, though. I bet he'd get a lawyer that would plead like,
He had a
"Look,
gun, dude.
I know it's armed robbery, but he would get the lowest thing you could get for armed robbery. There's shit all over that tape that says this is a guy, he's so down on his luck. He'd do some time, believe me, but he wouldn't. I don't think he'd get that much time.
I think that guy could go to jail for many years.
For what?
For stealing cookies.
Yeah, it's one cookie. Leave that place.
That make you sad?
It may, a little bit. Like,
Unless he's just crazy, but it sounds like he was a very desperate guy.
Now he's going to get some time. Polite robber suspect told similar sob story when arrested 8 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Two-time loser.
Yeah, he's probably a polite rapist, too. Like, look, my wife got fat. I just need to put my cum in you. I know you're 7. You'll forget about this someday. You'll marry an abusive man. I'm so sorry to do this to you. I just have to pump my load in between your undeveloped tits.
A polite rapist.
Yes.
It'll just make your sex life that much better later on in life.
You look so much thinner when you're crying. Listen, I just... I know I'm sorry I have to bludgeon your head with this toaster and then fuck you while you're half asleep and you're bleeding into your pillow. Please forgive me for coming inside of you and knocking you up with AIDS. Please, I'm sorry. Look, ixnay on the police call A. I'm down on my luck.
You know, if they ever come up with a cure for AIDS, I'll come back and give it to you.
Yeah.
But,
if I ever get back on my feet again, I'll come and I'll pull the cum out of you with my fucking fist and a knight's glove. I'll reach my hand into your vagina and pull my cum out along with your fucking rotten plumbing. Hysterectomy on the house.
what a great gimmick that guy's got, though. It keeps the people very relaxed. It's kind of like he does have a gun, so they're not going to be apt to just say no.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get them all freaked out to do something stupid.
But how great if he was just a barbarian. Like if the guy did that and he goes, I'm sorry to have to shoot you in the cock, sir. And then he shot him in the cock so you can't spread your seed. Sorry to have to de-seed you, sir.
Removing your balls.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have to put this baton in your wife's vagina while you watch with toothpicks in your eyes. I know she's 78.
Holy shit.
But her white hair is bugging me. Friday morning, tickets on sale.
Yes.
For my show with David Tell, Jim Brewer, Bill Burr in Foxwoods. Friday morning. I think it's Ticketmaster, but I don't know.
It's going to sell out, Jimmy.
I hope so.
And it looks like there's not going to be a second show, so don't fuck around. Make sure you get your tickets if you really want to go. And I think you really do want to go because the show down in Atlantic City was off the
It's a good show.
Yo!
Yes, yo. All right. I'm,
no meetings today.
I got anything to,
there's nothing these guys could say.
talk about?
There's nothing they could say.
Is there a meeting?
Well, we really appreciate him and stuff, but what the company's in his place.
Nothing they could say.
I don't have a meeting.
I don't.
I got a tape for the Boneyard.
I feel bad. This place is just not doing the right thing for anybody. It's not about us, by the way.
No.
Yesterday, it was the staff's turn to get completely fucked.
You gotta love it.
Unbelievable.
Gotta just adore this place. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I have. Give me those pieces of paper.
Oh, yeah,
You will. You'll get him in 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Robin, Robin,